right, Miss Aurorah is back. Secured Entrepreneur Women 50 Plus. Today, we have been discussing why it is sole proprietorship is outdated. This is the conversation that Miss Aurorah has been having over on the Aurorah Dey channel for the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. And what I'm going to do in this video is include the clips of, or the video of, today's talk, which is why sole proprietorship is outdated. Now, this is crucial for the 50 plus community simply because at this stage of life, we really cannot afford to take any major financial risk, any major financial losses. Okay, we're at the phase where we have to continuously win. Everything that we do, everything we touch must turn to gold at this point. All right, which is why it is vital to operate in commerce correctly your first time out. We don't really have any room for error. You know how they say we've got more time behind us than we do ahead of us. Okay, so we're trying to get to the place where we have more money ahead of us because we do believe in generational wealth. We do believe that a wise person does leave an inheritance for their children's children. Okay, we firmly believe in that, right? So in order for us to take advantage of all of that, we have to start this thing the right way. So you will see in the video where Miss Aurorah talks to you about some of the new secured entrepreneur women who came on board last week and the challenges that they faced. One was more detrimental than the others, and I highlight that in this video. Okay, so I want you all to just bear in mind that we are on an upward slope here. And I want to thank you all for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. I would like for you to please share this video, like, subscribe to this channel. We're going to grow this channel. We're going to grow this community. It's going to take time because, you know, Miss Aurorah is here. This is Aurorah Dey Consulting. So as long as you all are on the calendar and as long as John is keeping me busy bringing these clients in, you know, Miss Aurorah is making these videos throughout the day as I'm in here working and going out for our VIPs. Okay, so you can check all of that information. I don't think that I'm allowed to put links in the description box on this channel yet, but you can always go to Aurorah Dey here on YouTube. Also, you can go to, the 3 a.m. Shenanigans channel, right? The 3 a.m. Shenanigans channel now has links there. And we recently were discussing some things over there. So you can check out what we've been discussing if you're into spiritual entrepreneurship and money magic. Okay, you can go over there and check that out. All right. So for those of you who do not know, I am Miss Aurorah Dey, and I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you build 6- and 7-figure tax-free businesses. Okay, it's a real thing. Check it out. So we know that this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. All right, now, secured entrepreneurs, one of the young ladies who came on board last week, she did create a limited liability company with one of the online agencies that we know are out here. She created this limited liability company in the state that she lives in, which does not have any privacy enactment. So that was the first nail in the coffin. Okay. Secondly, she is in a hands-on type of business where she's most likely to be sued for something. Okay. So she's conducting her business affairs as normal. She sells a product. All right. A few weeks after she sold the product, the customer came back and said that they wanted to return the product. But clearly she has a return policy, which stated that I guess it was after 30 days, she would not be able to return this product. The product was actually used. What was she going to do with it? She's not like a store where she can just chuck off the item, you know, as a used item. What was she going to do with it? Okay. So she gets into it with this client, and how many of the secured entrepreneurs have had an incident like this? Okay. And the client then says, well, I'm going to sue you because I actually had an adverse effect from this item. Okay. And this whole thing went down. The next thing you know, this young lady does get a summons and complaint. So she gets this summons and complaint. She's in fear out of her mind. She does not know what to do. She's having a plethora of thoughts. And how many of you know, first you're thinking, okay, this can't be real. This is impossible. Okay, I still don't have the proof that this woman has suffered these things, but it's all attached in this summons and complaint and all of this. So now you have to muster up that retainer for an attorney that you need to now hire to answer this summons and complaint because you don't know how to do it yourself. This is very real. Okay. Now, how many of the secured entrepreneurs know that the minimum that you're going to give an attorney to assist you with anything like this is $5,000? So now she spends this $5,000, long story short, only to find out that she loses this case because the customer did have evidence that she had an adverse effect from this hands-on product that the young lady made. Okay, nightmare. The very first thing that she shared with me was she really did not believe that this could happen because she had an LLC and she believed that she was going to be able to be protected. She thought she was separate from her assets, her money. She thought that she was going to catch a win. And maybe this attorney that she hired did say that to her. I don't know. I was not there. Here's where we're going today, secured entrepreneurs. The bottom line is you have to have two individuals inside of your limited liability company to take advantage of the limited liability that is being offered in that structure. If in fact you stated that you are a single member LLC, what are you doing? What are you doing? So the whole thing was wrong. The whole thing was filed entirely wrong. And this young lady unfortunately took a major loss. Let us not have those situations happening to us secured entrepreneurs. Well, the secured entrepreneurs, we don't have those situations because we are properly structured. Okay, so the very first thing that I want to share as it relates to why the sole proprietorship is outdated is due to the limited liability. You don't have any. Okay, this young lady's assets were risked. Okay, she lost money. She had to pay the attorney. The $5,000 was just a retainer. Okay, that was just a retainer. She ended up spending about $15,000 to find out that she owed this lady money. Okay, to which they had a moderate amount. She has a payment plan. She's able to pay. Okay. I don't know why they didn't just leave it at the damages in which she reported, but you know that's how it happens. Okay. And do not believe that it cannot happen to you. Okay. The second thing that I'm going to get on here is the raising of the capital, because see, now this became another issue for this young lady, because now how am I going to get the money to pay this woman? I don't even have a business structure that puts me in a position to get the cash or even the credit that I need to turn into cash to answer the financial damages as a result of this lawsuit. You know that as a sole proprietor, you are using your own name, your own social security number. You're getting personal loans, okay, to fuel a non-existent business because you have not set this business up properly at all. The third thing I'm going to go with here are the tax advantages. You don't have any, okay? Because all of the secured entrepreneurs already know that when you are operating as a sole proprietorship, a sole proprietor, which is why Mr. Aurorah always says sole proprietorship is trash. Sole proprietorship is trash, okay? Because what are you doing? You're paying an additional 15 to 16% tax to state that you are self-employed. You're paying a self-employment tax, okay? And then you got some people who talk you into, well, just become an S Corp, put yourself on the payroll. Well, now you're paying, yourself as an employee and you're paying the taxes as an employee. Like it's I don't know where the thought processes are. I don't know why there are too many people who don't want to get into what the Internal Revenue Service states that you can actually do, how it is you can actually operate properly in commerce to legally avoid all of that. The fourth thing I want to get on is growth and scalability. You don't have any, because one of the things that we specialize in here, we're all for the solopreneur. Now, you can be a solopreneur all you want to, but you really should not look like a solopreneur in the public. You have to have a certain image, a certain prestige to appear as if, there's a whole lot going on here. I'm just not a solopreneur. And your business structure is going to prove that when it is you have done this correctly. Now, I really feel for all three of the ladies, but this one particular young lady got it the worst. Out of the three, she had it the worst. The other two had other issues as it relates to ruining their personal credit, trying to fuel a startup. They got a lot of personal credit. Okay. One of them actually did a whole PPP thing during the pandemic, stating that she employed her children. So she got some monies, she invested those monies, but it turns out that she wasn't structured to a point where she could carry that on. She couldn't scale. She couldn't go anywhere because she didn't have the proper credentialing for a business to get to where she has been trying to get to all of this time. Okay, so for all three of the ladies, we put a wealth cycle together that is now going to be much better and provide all of the things that they actually need to be out here in business, because we see where the world is going. We see where we're going here. So if you don't have some type of a business that is cash flowing, many people are just not going to make it. We're going to keep it. We're adults here on this channel, and we keep it real here. If you don't have some type of income stream that is cash flowing, you may be an individual who will not make it. Financially, you won't make it. Okay. So I want to take it to some slides so that I can show the visitors here, the entrepreneurs, and please share this video. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Something, okay? Because Ms. Aurorah is here to teach you how to go from sole proprietor to CEO. And let me show you some things right now. All right, now, Secured Entrepreneurs, here we go. For those of you who are not familiar with what we do over here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, we follow the Robert Kiyosaki philosophy, okay? So what was I saying to you? Robert goes into the type of taxation the employee pays. He gets into the tax for the self-employed. This is the sole proprietor right here, okay? So what was I just describing to you a few moments ago? You're either here as a sole proprietor with that single member LLC, okay, which is totally constructed incorrectly, and you are paying either self-employment tax, or you take a tax election and you begin to pay yourself as an employee. Okay, this is what we see happening generally. But here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, we go from sole proprietor to CEO. How are we doing that? We are the business owner. We create systems that allow us to utilize every tax deferral strategy known to man. Okay. We have the opportunity to utilize properly structured legal entities that allow us to do what the Internal Revenue Service tells us we can do, which is defer taxation. All right. So we come on down here as the owner, where we are the CEO. So that's the gist of what I'm about to show you in this next slide, how it is you're going to come away from the sole proprietorship, which is outdated because it's costly and it's harmful. It's costing you and it's harming you financially, whether you are aware of that or not, because the problem that we continuously see is that you get talked into doing things this way, and then something does happen, which causes you to go looking for a solution. So we're attempting to catch you before you have a problem. Okay, that's what we do here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. Let's go to the next slide. So now that you understand that we are the business owner, going down into the CEO, which is the investor, right? So as the business owner, we are creating the systems. So the system is going to start with a comprehensive business structure. And how we like to start it is with an entity that allows us to have anonymity. You must be properly structured at all times. So we're going to create this entity that allows us to be anonymous because we want to protect ourselves. Remember, Ms. Aurorah's motto is protecting your business starts before you open for business. Okay, so we're set up here. We're set up here. And then we get into role clarification. Okay, because we need the key individuals that are going to help us go, flow, and grow, right? The mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make is they're going to state that they are a member managed entity. That is not what we do here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. The member is always going to pay some type of tax. Whenever you see a member, there's a sole proprietor lurking, okay? You're going to pay tax either on the self-employment end or the employee end. So you didn't do anything different. You didn't leave your job to actually have a business. You left your job to go into another job, okay? You gave yourself a job, all right? So the role clarification, we are the manager. We create manager-managed entities that are anonymous, okay? And then you've got your banking clarification, because what happens now? You're going to be able to bank properly. You're going to sign that signature card the correct way. You will not sign the signature card as a member. You will always only sign the signature card as a manager. And a lot of people say, well, how am I going to pay myself? Okay, if you're thinking about paying yourself, you are not on the wealth frequency. If you're thinking about paying yourself, you've already lost. That is a lose. A lose. That's a new word. A new way to put that word. A lose. Okay, you have already lost. You have to come out of that. You are the manager. You manage. You have the authority to take what is known as a draw, to have access to whatever monies are needed, and to pay for the things that belong to this entity. Pay for the things that this entity has come into contractual agreement in to pay for. Okay, please understand that. I just want to make that clear. That's what Miss Aurorah wants to share in today's video. Please know that sole proprietorship is outdated. It is harmful to you financially, all right? It is harmful to you, period. Please do not go there with yourself. So you all know you can find me, Miss Aurorah Dey, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time,